Okay, good afternoon again. So, obviously, the two samples that we've seen in the previous video were, the first one was doctored by, in real time by Israeli, spyware that they did like real time video processing, because you've seen there were no news, and besides one that, is incredibly atypical to P sample because it was huge. Very big for P sample and atypical. You can find it only outside, that were grown outside my body. And also, more so, there were like many lines and columns in geometrical shape of like small rocks. That why should they exist like in such a geometrical shape in my P? Yes, the neos can sometimes do like all sort of landscaping, but they don't do it. They do it on a slide, like when you put a slide on storage or preferably on a freezer. Why should it like it kind of like that it will manifest itself like on a slide when you take it from the glass and and randomly like put it on a slide. It doesn't make sense. This was like a computer generated image, and you see that in the second slide you didn't see all this stuff, and you see many neros. Anyway, I've taken another sample now from this same glass of P, and also I've taken two semen samples for my just now. I hit the one I hit snake or pet the monkey. So let's see what we have over there. Of course, it should be said that I'm a little dirty because I didn't take a shower for and it's very since yesterday, and it's very hot in here, and the air condition is saving my life, but it's not that it cannot fight the heat, and also I use the crucible which doesn't help, and also so maybe these results will be a little bit contaminated by sweat and dirt, and also my hands, because I don't have more gloves, and I don't have any money left currently. So anyway, let's take a look at those samples. So we should start with the P slide. Again, it's from the same glass, which the two previous samples were taken, that were so different, of course, because of the doctored real-time doctored video of the Israelis. Disney Plus. You asked for Disney Plus, you receive Disney Plus. What can you do? So this is a scary life form, for certain. This looks like a Neo, actually. Yeah, we see all sorts of special effects by the Israelis. Very nice. Thank you. And this is it is certainly a doctor slide, and you see all sorts of geometrical shapes. You see Nero that is not typical at all to P samples. So again, we have the doctor slide. Maybe even those maybe the life forms are also part of part of the fun, the Disney Plus fun. This is a huge neuro that is completely atypical for pee samples. And all sorts of like geometric shapes that cannot be explained how it's there. So yeah, another fun Disney fun. Another Disney fun. Let's take a look at the semen sample. So this is from like a fresh ejaculation. These are neurons that, more typical to the ones that you can find in my bodily fluids, which means not the fat ones as you've seen in the previous slide that was obviously implanted by a computer, like real-time video processing malware of the Mossad or Shabak or whatever, Disney Plus thing. So yeah, it's probably easy to remove the circles because it's just circles, but you see like the heavy hand that it's like that did it by the remnants. So this guy is even moving, which is nice. They almost never move, but this one is moving, which is very nice. Of course, this shouldn't have any kind of implications on my rescue because, you should deal with the stuff, whatever it exists or not, and not think about it at all. If you rather have metal life forms all over the planet, by all means, go ahead. So let's take a look at the other. I have another sperm, a semen sample. Let's take a look at that. This one. Okay, so another sample. So this is actually not, this is the previous, the pea sample from before. And we see another life form that is completely hollow, which is typical to my pea. It's just the same sample that from the beginning of this like video, but in kind of like but in a reverse direction. So that's why they are called Disney Plus or Disney. Well, hackers and horse. Amusingly, you don't see like the huge geometric shape that you've seen before. It's kind of like a different slide, which is very nice, and authentic, I would say. Maybe each time we kind of we get it out it's like a new slide, which is very nice. Hackers and horse. Okay, enough with that. So now the other slide actually. Like the other Semen slide, I mean. So we see a little bit of nice small neros here, which is nice, and they are typical to my body, like to ones that you can find in bodily fluids and not like that grew outside. Okay, nice. So these are neros. This is hollow life form, zombie, and all sort of like neros that are typical to bodily fluids. Let's zoom into this small one over there. So yeah, definitely a nero, and even it a little bit moves because there is kind of a mixture that's still moving. But I don't think that we can actually, like zoom into that because it's by the end it's like on the edge of the slide. Yeah, this is definitely a Nero. And what you can see here is actually something that I've never seen in my life in my semen, which is sperm cells that are 100% manufactured by this kind of like a AI. I never seen sperm cells in my life in my semen sample. And you can see them alongside the Neros, which is amazing actually. Okay, kudos to the Israelis. This is very nice. This is not reality. 100% not reality. This was taken from a sperm sample of someone like, a human for certain. But you can also see the Neros, which is nice, like side by side. So let's now do something special. Let's surprise the Israelis with another pea sample that we will take right now and see if they can kind of like process it like very quickly using their software. Maybe I suppose like the semen sample, like the sperm cells, with the Neros, like should represent maybe like someone that ate the tea or something like that. So maybe I don't know, people that eat the tea, they have like Neros in their sperm with like sperm cells. I don't know. Is it typical? I actually don't have an idea like how when if at all you can find like both sperm cells and Neros in sperm sample. Of course, they were not real. They were artificially generated. But let's take another pea sample. Okay, very quickly we'll take a pea sample. So I prepared, another slide in the cover. And no, I changed my mind. Let's take blood sample. You see me? You see the... You see the blood? We are fine with the blood. More blood. The problem with the blood is that my hands are dirty, and so most certainly you will see like things that are like blood sample with sweat sample that might contain both Neros and also life form that are typical to the human skin. Okay, so I've cut it myself enough. You see the blood? I'm not sure there is enough, there is not... Is there enough blood here? Okay, let's assume that we have enough blood. Maybe we will squeeze another drop. Yeah, so now we have a little more, we see some red stain, yes. So this is better. You see we have red stains, which might give us better result. Let's squeeze it a little bit more. Okay, so now let's put a cover. Fantastic. Kudos to the Israelis for this, the simulation of the sperm cells. These were not mine. So actually, neos are difficult to find inside blood sample without stains, like without traditional coloring of slides that can be done with eosin Y or methylene blue. Both, I mean, enhance tremendously, like the contrast. But here we see actually neos because I mean it looks like a steak actually, but I mean it's just I mean that I squeezed like a. This is from like the last squeeze that I mean I put like a lot of blood on it relatively on the slide, so you can see the neros very nice with all their glory. Usually it's difficult to actually identify the neros in blood sample without the stain. The stain makes it much. Both of them. I mean the red one I mean is great for the coloring of the. I mean the synthetic red blood cells that I have. And the blue one is best for the coloring of the neros. But right now, because it's so thick, the blood is so thick here. So actually, even I mean the neros can be shown right away. Let's zoom in like the maximum that we can. So yeah, I managed to fool the Israelis. You see, it still moves like because I mean, of course, it's a fresh sample, so it's I mean, it makes sense to see like flow. These are I mean my equivalent of red blood cells. They actually look like red blood cells. I mean, but it's difficult to see it without the coloring. But with the stain, they look very much like blood cells. Of course, the nero is not something that you can find in the blood of Homo sapiens, but I don't know if you can find it like in the blood of, like, you know, people that ate the tea. I don't know. You tell me. I just don't know. So I mean we missed. I mean, so I don't know where are the neros? Yes, so they are here. So you can see them very nice. Like I mean, in the thick blood. Another nero, I mean, mostly you can identify them when the blood is like more thick. So there is you see like the property of the Stargate, like where like you know the light shines through the red blood. This looks like a nero that ate like some kind of like blood that ate some blood because it's red on the inside. Let's take a look and zoom in. While zoom in, yes, this is a nero certainly, and it's red in the inside, which is not unheard of. I mean, from time to time we see those like red bellies neros. Of course, they are not what I call the red neros, which is the neros that you can find inside the body of Venusian females. These are all yellow neros, but I mean, you know, it's just a color code. But I mean, mostly neros are just they are translucent like, in the inside, but sometimes they are yellow or gold. This is very common when they are feeding on things, and rarely, but I mean not incredibly rarely, you can see blue ones or red ones like this one. It's not incredibly rare, and my estimation is that just they've eaten like mixture that contain just red pigment. That's why you see the red like the red belly and the blue bellies. Because this, most probably this is the digestion fluids. It's difficult, like, to focus with this magnification, and also, the microscope, like the equipment is kind of like, it should be calibrated and oiled probably. So let's get back to 64 magnification. So it's a question, what can you find in the blood of, like, what I call like first a Venusian, and second a wizard, and third a hybrid, which is like a Homo sapiens that ate a lot of the red, like the red neros, the female red neros. The T. I don't know what. I have no idea what is like typical to find in their blood. This is nice. So let's zoom into it. Nice, very nice. And another zoom in. So, but we missed the Nero. I couldn't lock on it, like, yeah, there it is, yeah, nice. Yes, very nice. Okay, so I think it's about enough. Like, it was very impressive, like the thing with the sperm cells. It's the first time ever that I see sperm cell inside like my semen, and obviously it's not mine, it's computer generated. Of course, maybe like experts on like bodily fluids can understand all sorts of such things, and also image processing, like real-time image processing, and maybe they can decipher, what actually happened in these slides that were obviously doctored to some extent. Although there is a question of, like, presumably, maybe like a female Venusians or a wizard, like a transgender female to male, or a hybrid, like Homo sapiens that ate a lot of the T. So what can actually you expect to find inside my semen sample or blood sample, or like, so it's a question, like, of course I'm not, I'm the OG JCB, but it's a kind of a theoretical question. There is, it's interesting to think about, like, what can you find in their semen, and also, obviously females will not have semen, and wizard will have probably something like, a mixture that is not semen but something else that does not contain neos at all, because that's the problem with the wizards. But Homo sapiens, I don't know what they will actually have, like, in their semen, like, or their blood, like if they ate a lot of like if they're addicted to the spice. It's a question. Okay, so this will be all for now, and soon we will I'll conduct the last chapter in the robots saga, and maybe after that another chapter in the fairy tale that I want to advance.